Dr. Boo Nygren, the Mo Thursday not at 1 o'clock, 5:30. Hata Kehan Kadini do list. I don't know. Kada honey, it's touchy in Slenat was a basis chain, though Todichi, the Chedo Nats was a Dashnella. Horoya, see Bashel Hojo, Dr. Boo Nygren, the Nebananta. Horoshi, Hahodoljish. Upcoming holidays or appreciation days. June 7th is National Donut Day. Nikishia se yego. Batla kana nda sehingi donut wal yahigi se bendi nachishi. Dano any day do question that beno betinda tlegi na nishura tladaza inia benda na nishon old roslo. It's a bikina she da initially. Doesn't get bad housing delay. June 7th is National Donut Day. The first National Donut Day was celebrated in 1938 in Chicago. She had only yegun Chicago hiji jan da beni nache. She Europe don nada iste bekere hore United States nada iste she donut nenigi see the nebestal kana she hoto behani adon hone nanigi. Local announcements. Missing Navajo people reports on the Navajo Police Department this week. From Winter Rock Police District, 53-year-old Jacqueline Parrish was last seen Sunday, May 3rd, Pendleton, Oregon. She Kilbada Hazendo, Hodena Rahat Noda. She Tsabaran Hod Zunda, Salab Khazani Gibijada Dosla, 928-871-6111. Ado Chin Lee, Salab Khazanigi, Kwashi. 40-year-old Ophelia Mix was last seen Wednesday, May 28th, Pinyon, Arizona. 5'8", 185 pounds. Last seen wearing a dark jacket, light colored sweatpants. Chin Lee, Salab Khazanishim Jidadosle, 928-674-2111. Hodena Gado, Hodayil Sande, Noda, Ayo, Isoda, Kitbahozano. Although found Navajo people Lyle Stone Clark was last seen, has been located, and he is safe. Aro Horoshin asi ba Hetanitsin, Ayo Atanda Alcato, Salada Bachinda Hasne Hodo, Hodena Rahat Noda and Dasloigi, Asi. Aro household water assistant is available for a limited time. Division of Social Services, low-income eligible people, a septic tank cleaning or assistance in paying a water bill. Division of Social Service for the Shada Initiative, La Beso, La Bajada, Liado Beninach, Ayot, so the Nebachin, the Hylianigido, Abakino, the hot end, a cadet, the Solengi, Toda Bekena Iliahigi, into UA, only a ladder, Ton Chonde, Hadol, Otto, Hajoto, Nichat, no, the septic tank and any Ada, Banadneshta, Lord's Ashadas, Abahonet, Zandano Soeho, Honda Hodosle, 928-871-6556. Division of Social Services. Ado Thursday, DJ all day. Dagote studio. No, I should be in the say yego. Data Hosiano, Tunda, Tlito, Kamadon, Hijado, Hastuido Sani, Banada Notra, Bridget Hadosne, Dite Stewie Gibini Nache. See Data Hosiano. No, this is Southwest area. No, Digi, Ajo, Askida not eat or less. Ada Nesenzenigida. Hajo, Tonda, Tlinto, Toasiego, Jeholondo, Alada, Shilakanda, Todabakanda, Stidi, no wedo list, she been in that Asiego. Dada Hosiado list, try down the Quishin, I down the ne, it's Ado at that then, no, I start that's 1,200 every year, Honela, they stew given in the chat in Statin House over cargo. Oh, the ne in Nabanada, the no heat related deaths and illnesses. Ebinina, Dada Hosiado, Tonda, Tlinto, Ado yo, they stewed on that cray. Ado Hone Nanigi Trago ne frequently asked questions. Le the Nebeke of Cow, the Tradishad, Shandaz, Neshigido, Shida, Nashida Kitle, Di de hate all up to Hodogi, Naide Kidigi. How do I get a house? Noda, how late all her one Shando, Noda, the Nenda, this kitten, Hodo, the Nebo Washington, because Anigi late the Nehasi, Huyate, Beso, Des, Enigido, Stuido, Sanido, Paganeta, Tenigido, Salat, Soda, Besenda has Anigida. AI is a Babahonet, Sando, Sat the Ne, a Beso, Des, Enigido, Hotaho, Des, Enigida. Eso a Babahonetza, Beso, the Batot, Asigida. Do home site, Lisa, Sibit. it the wanda besh kato was no ya yisidin in the home site lease ne hollo de not so deal so no the hot end yisaba the next khasla no so a community housing and infrastructure department chid this ne auto housing improvement program hip auto NHA Navajo Housing Authority issue new bills and public rentals and home ownership programs Ada Honhodeshnetano so chid office 928-871-6468 auto hip a 928-729-4017 auto NHA bitchin de stiltana so le nilch nal kibi do website khatnenigi hogan.org hooghan.org hot oshi dadol khaso badan not khas auto honne nanagi Navajo life lesson take care of your animals and they'll take care of you hodoshin nal tlonshin lenigi lechada Hawan ya Halyado Ikidez Ido just Hosho the Hashi Hawan Ikidez eat Nahalo Eda Hodat Enigido Sinta Begin the Halonigido Be Gashida Beni Nachida Yada Haut Eto the Beda Estuido Sanida da Nil Hajob that no Beni Nachida Yan Hollo Beni Nachida he not Nesada Beso the lad Beni Nachit Alana Heji Liese Eda Hot Order Hajob that not Edo nas lonshi hollo anehi da nodam ebinina bikidano do zeda banda kahigido chianda otayada ehigidon len da nos card hotoshi jono das enigi bikidano do hedo le not in aronal lonshi he da hallonigi lashin le chade yada begashida the beda snida the kuigo shida hot obinina cheya ikidaldes igi he nan kidini doles arohone nan a few of the week's accomplishments. I approved $4 million from UAUFB to the Navajo Nation Department of Justice Water Rights Unit for litigation. They Nashne Tron kida det igi hosto belkhot zoji in le nasten za kes shlatina khednezatina khed ebni ade tron kida hondo don en lan kida det itoli khatnegi ebni nason le Washington de nashande hoto de kuigo shin ye hwan de hwan dat enigi nat ani dan lenigi belkillen da house snet do honela dide benika khado lo nenegi ade da khatna shade gadit aidan lenegi beltradish khale hoto belana slingi shaliat ado hodosto I approved 1.1 million from the Fish and Wildlife Enterprise Fund for the Fish and Wildlife's new fish hatchery project ishi ajabet has anigi 2006 end up to manage, conserve, and protect our fish and wildlife, plants, resources, and their habitats. Lebekaya Baka Yedel Nishigi, Shon, la base of Johanadia, Beninacharo Benal, Bia 3 million would design and build a new fish rearing facility at Navajo Fish and Wildlife Hatchery in Tonalia. Beninach, Ayo Beso da Oha Eshin Hodo, Edol Wus, Hot on Juno, Hahodol, Nilo Benada need Edel no. But that there's Nistole Ado Hodos. I signed a support of an agreement between NTUA and Earthos to build a polysilicon manufacturing plant. Ninanazad Ade Ne Bedahadlit Ado Bendadil Nishat no Beninach Shandin that del Klegi Bedaz Negi and Hedel Netole Noya. Digi the Kuishi Neznana Henatina Hedinsa Kesigi, but that there's Nishon Somansis case as a Yego Shilille Nibet that there's Nishoshi 1,200 construction jobs to this Ado Jono Nil Sidgoshi Stalazen Stalnezetin Loba Shlatin 550 full-time positions the net Nishtoli Ado Beninach Enal Trangida Never Washington Ya Nahin Tehigi Art and Bold Cantolis Ado Hueso Tratnas Dele because Anigida Beninach Badalchin a scholarship base of Nenigi Inachanada at Edel Hey Nakida Moya da I Ade Kadeshahandem Hat Obel killing the houses do head of it in NTUA or Earthus do ni nanza tratnas velibelndas anigido ye dale neshigi and nehilan song ad at Kahun Schlonde. Although I signed a 10-year business site lease for Speedway, Burnside. Nes na chegon le Burnside, the Burger King clubbal tra. Jono the neshia huiche ada tro in the ka do la shin ian na de snegi. Beni nachet nes na chegoshin keya to bejin na hot ida do le. Hot o shliat jobin nach enal tra do the neda tron de isni do the neda beni nachet. Allah the Quigoshin, Lada Banda Hanile. Hoto, say Bankit Speedway. Although major projects I'm working on, our Navajo Nation digital equity team is working to create telecommunications and broadband regulations. Ishin hot only nilchin sickes do nilchibe hanegi. Digi pesh be henedo nilch le pesh sickes be yeto dal khashida yedel nishigi. Khajo khadl dol nil nene hot only stranana khagoda 2030 at ended nebeke bakal 5G honlo si at eto le chohode dishide de nahashi ye elchin dalne de kin khate jagade si pesh be henet skilon dal nishte. At in the Nebeke Baka hot 5G at the Hodil Nil Noye. Aron de la beso china date anigi bida ishin hodinago khos dodo yo troje bkhahot zoshin beso chhodalna tkhatola nkich hodol nilton khadol tsilabeda dil nil no ebeni nachel cheda dilne behez ani khananigi hajo dadok aston the nol inleshi DNR, Division of Natural Resources, do Navajo Land Department, do General Land Department, that anigi do DEI da hoto juno ye del neshgi pashal khojo aron Friday down initial down le Thursday down the ADA accessibility at DNC Jackson Memorial Arena $68,000 bahazli do the quigo shit neto daswot le juno do tlish noye le atin yigi eto nish noye da hades paved walkway from the front of Gorman Hall to the rodeo arena so we can have wheelchair accessibility in the seating area. Ado ne chenas the concrete area and jono landing area khodol ni no yedahades adon jono da sworigi Yolanda Azuzo washanad nesigido empowering indigenous accessibility NECA INDOT 4 Rivers Equipment prestigious paving or viso construction da the nebit is which in the white nanigi khaya khajodo leto beninachida rodeo and atlehoda yes and jono to bchena hot yota banalto le no aro to the nebeke bakada ebeni nacha khajodo le no da le khatnas the loda sabatindas and on le the nebo Washington do the quigo shi kindo jo khata hot the liada le the nebit is which in the white nanigi so a jol eda deal ni no eso yita hodes Division of General Services. Adon le la ankin the nan long Pete Sands le nilchinal kidigibi to puppet show no ye ebeni nache ne la nal so la hadelia contract ebe la asli ishi beni nache beso la bcho hodol ni to beni nache da nkalchin ina da hos at ad nek acha no arol to only TV do online video streaming lat enige beni nache hajo the net lenigido hajo yat igida eshin jono ni nilto the Pete Sands aro to el first lady welcome baby event hasna dan de zeda hayu amado ja la hasni do beninachidito hajo amma itle do ja itle no ara so puppet show yi lan na sibiltan jonie Aroti peso, but Chihodelia in the New Mexico Department of Public Education, Aro peso, and Kitcholian, Aro Belas, but Chihodelia. Is she a daily nistole? Aro Hone, Nanage meet and greets, lay the never cave card, Tadi Yagido, Hadala, and Kitinet, and then yat ate a bedini to give. Le Dainisto, the more years ago, the more gone. Le PRCA, home of the Navajo Rodeo, had non jono, Satasit, do, shishis, anigi, se yego, ye kai je, Kali dan Lenigido, Beninachida Shi, Ikidades Ito, Inachida Lohigi. Jono PRCA when the Nebeke Bakas and Besnadahodi no. In general the Quishi, the net Sahazli, thousands of people at Nisa Began the Kachabin in Lachasi, Yat Eho, Winter Rock Fairgrounds, the Dean C. Jackson Arena, ACA Hot on Jono, Sahazli, do Kali dan Lenigin Sahasi Yego, Bada Hodilzen, Tough Cooper, that Rocky Steiner, do Slater Wright, do Anhinkiden, and Lenigida, Faith Holion, Danielle Lohman, Eric Rogers, Derek Begay, Tara Seaton, Hio Yazi, Cassidy Denson, do the Quigo, Shinto, Jono, Sata Seatlin, do Beninache, Yat Eho, the Neda, the Hotel, do Citizen, the Daila, Adosa, 7-year-old Jewel Jones sang the national anthem in Navajo, Adosa Ruth Betsui, the Ebast came Beninache, Elsa PRCA, Winderrock, Sanat Lehina Eda, Yanalni Honda Beninache, Edigi. Not Igi Libe Ya Yil Sos. Auto Kylie Jim, the violinist at Nenigi National Anthem. The Quigo Sinjano, Sasit Lido Ade, Yat Eta, Nidigi Lo, Yadole, Sasi, Bohonet, Lido, Sashi, Tashol G, Shinta, Diego, State Line, do Byron Ramon, Nakai Hall, the Hashim, the Nead, the Aljishne. Auto Amado, Jad, and Denigi Bashin, the Sisi Hade, the Eshigida, Carnival, Esa, Beni Nache, Janota, the Hill, Sado, tickets at the Quiz. Hulgande, Elansen Negi, by Hensen, Hetlon Khan, Hensen, given in Nature. Beninache, Tasia, Huiche, the North Nisto, Beninache, the Il Nisto, Beso, the Ayo, Baan, not Leho, the Ishin White said I saw in a gay Hadole, E Hoto Asho, Beninache, Jono, Najal Nisha, Chindo, Kiked, and then given Nature, but Hayada Hot, Lego di Noda, in the Aishi, Ada the Hono, Sonigi, Head, Kedini, Dole. Auto Saturday, down on St. Michael's Indian School, graduated 28 students this past Saturday. Aria and Galchinland, the Istaigan Janobich, Hananas, Diego, the Note, Lahobin Scato, Nasty Descansion, Jano, they in the Nothinal got it. Ahida. I don't order how one that, base the cheat the Shinland dust, it'll have been in nature. Yego, that, hey, Beninach and Son, he triada hot, no, Sabich Huishta, Arosa, now Straigida, Brook Moran, well, Yoda, Asia, Kushina, Hayada, Benanish, Ado Ila, na kids at the old try against Hoila, Ado, old try Kate that the Yado the Quigo she like, not the East Haigich Hanazi, Yego, that enle, Nizrago, the Tadado Cato, the Quigo she the say, no, baby, one egg, Junoyat in them. Ado, so the Tuesday, down, the Tuesday and Wednesday, Washington, the Nashan, he added the Quigo she base was under, but Kadish Khan, Speaker Curley, Honorable Jermaine Simonson, Sherilyn Yazi, Shauna N. Claude, Toba Nahat Enigin Dai Khan, Kadi Khan, also RICA, Radiation Exposure Compensation Reauthorization Act, Noda, the Beninache, you had a Nebeke Bacado, Kedahonit, Enigi Beninache Ashon, Dai Khan, Kadi Khan, Yehoan, Dehoan, Asi, Juno, Nake, Hazli, Neznada, Hatehoan, Yehoan, not Anit and the Nigbisasi Lido, Peskin Dahosilne, the Asi, Tro, better than it, hey, no, yeah. Ado Hopi Chairman Timothy will go. Ado San Juan Southern Paiute President Robin Preston. Ada Tabastadi Khana Dianit and Wakeda Honit Edo Beninach Asa Bedanit Long Todanit Zin no E Adenda ini Khan Ada Khadi Khane Eshebenach Asi Ban Kiltahojo Sto Anit and Asa Anit Long Tobedet Egibitanit no do peso Boltran Hajobe Hahoddo Niligi Hoda do Sil no Ada Benet Khadi Khane. Also upcoming events June 14 through 15 Kiyenta Coffee Festival will take place. Eshinot o de Kui Goshin the Ne Ahwe Jono de Tlanigido Chilohueta do Chiando music Nenigi Eshi Amigo Cafe de do Lit Eshi Ada Tana Shada Little do Eshi Ada Ahweta that the Tlilo them Roskis and Dahodilne Eshibe, yeah, nan kidi needed hoje. The mo na outlet Thursday, 1 o'clock, 5:30. Up in Nish, Ani do hodo, Shata in Nishigido, Ben Nada as Nesto, the Tanadi, Zado, Dida, Ben Assist, Noda, Hadan Kitchenesh, Ingi Hodo, Dr. Boo Nygren, Navonation President, in Hodo, Juno, Nikel Nahos, Snetoli, Ado Hagoshin, Dasado, Kreslashich, Nita Ikisoda, Zembenia, Adazeta Okisto, Chian, that's a benya, Kintaho, or Rosto. Hawan do Kaya Picadin Inki Hadashina Nanagi Yat Eto Hakone Nan Kidit Nito the Yin Kisna the Halno Don Kikina the Hajutlo Na de no Katil Hakone next Thursday Shinana the
Thank you, Mr. President. Yat ito hiya. Taisunol sagi ko hashin zao at hosiltsi. For those of you joining in on Facebook, good afternoon. My name is Shauna Vendale. I'm the Executive Director for the Division of General Services. A update provided by the division this week. Several projects moving forward under the Division of General Services. For those of you not familiar with the Division of General Services, we provide direct support services to the tribal government. We manage the fleet operations program, the facility maintenance, the telecommunication utilities, the information technology portion, employee housing, air transportation, those, and the insurance services. Who I'm with here this week, actually today, with the Navajo Nation Insurance Commission. They've scheduled a meeting here with the commission and the representatives from each branch here at Twin Arrows, kind of in coordination with some of our members of the team who are here um, with part of the um, communications and with providing services to the Navajo people. So again, welcome and Yate. I'm here in Twin Arrows today with the Navajo Nation Insurance Commission. The commission called a regular scheduled meeting here at Twin Arrows in coordination with the Navajo Nation Insurance Commission, the branch representatives, as well as the Navajo Nation Bar Conference happening tomorrow. That is one of the departments I oversee under the Division of General Services, which provide direct services to the tribal government in terms of fleet management, facility maintenance, telecommunication utilities, information technology, employee housing, records management, and of course, insurance services. So, a couple of updates working on from a Division of General Services. We have heavy equipment purchases for three of our programs within Division of General Services. Wagner Power Equipment out of Albuquerque, providing some heavy equipment for the Navajo Nation's use, employee housing, facility maintenance, as well as the air transportation program. Will be receiving new heavy equipment here with the next couple of months. Much needed equipment. We have motor graders from the late 1980s. We have a lot of heavy equipment from the late 80s. There has been no capital investment in a lot of these programs. So we were finally able to obtain a grant funding from the U.S. Treasury, the Local Assistance and Tribal Consistency Fund, with the help of Mr. or Director Hosteen from the Washington office. Big shout out to Justin and his team at the Washington office for applying for this grant. And we're able to utilize it here to continue to provide services to the government and then eventually those programs providing services to our people. So a huge shout out to them. Additionally, we also have a couple RFPs out there trying to address our building situation within the Navajo Nation. A lot of our buildings have been neglected over the years. There's a lot of numbers out there, but with my team and myself, we were able to project a building need of about $225 million. That would mean renovating our current buildings, the administration building 1 and 2, as well as a new administration building number 3, and then agency one-stop shops for the local agencies. So 5 buildings in general. So that's really what we're looking at doing, and hopefully, we can get buy-in from the council. Once we complete our proposal, we will be going before council. Controller tells us every division directors meeting, the nation has $9 billion in funds sitting in different pots, and the revenues or the interest earned from that, some of that could be diverted into a building trust fund. Then again, as I mentioned, the Navajo Nation has not invested any substantial amount of money into our facilities. Our relatives are working in very dilapidated buildings. Our annual budget is barely a drop in the bucket compared to what the national building needs are for maintenance and upkeep. Our building maintenance upkeep is pretty high. We have a band-aid approach, but we're making do with what we can. Hopefully soon we can get an influx of investments of funds to help us address a lot of these building issues. So that's one thing we're moving forward. Another major initiative we're moving forward is improving the Window Rock campus area. You see a lot of the old vacant BIA buildings. Well, we're looking at master planning that entire campus east of the Window Rock administration buildings. There's a lot of old buildings sitting there. A lot of them BIA have abandoned and left. We've been meeting with the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the Facilities Management Department there with BIA, and we're starting discussions in demolition, abatement and demolition of those buildings. We believe that it's BIA's responsibility to remove those buildings, not only in Window Rock, but at all the agency offices, opening up that land for development for the Navajo Nation. So those are additional things we're looking at and doing with the Bureau of Indian Affairs and in partnership with the Navajo Nation Division of General Services and the Facilities Maintenance Program or Department under Director or Program Director, Mr. Tula, Department Manager. So those are some big initiatives we're moving forward on. Other things to be mindful of, the buildings are being summarized. Summarization is what we like to call it, getting our buildings ready for the influx of hot temperatures. So be mindful out there, tribal employees, if you're listening, thermostats are set at a certain temperature. It may be uncomfortable, it may be comfortable to some others, but our standard temperature is around 70 degrees. So for some people that may be a little cold, for others it may be a little warm, but that's pretty much a standard we have all agreed on. We start moving the thermostats around, we start moving them up or down, causing our HVAC systems to go crazy. So we want to be mindful that, those thermostats should not be moved, should not be changed. We should be taking care of it. We should be managing well, and then just being mindful of our surroundings in the building. We are working with facilities maintenance to try to address these issues and take care of them as best as we can. So response time does take a while. We do have a lot of vacancies and employee turnover under the facility maintenance program. So we are moving our best to take care of these situations and just be patient with us. We do have RFPs out again for HVAC repairs for new temporary buildings, but that's only a quick fix. We're looking at something long term, and we hope that you'll all continue to work with us and be patient with the Division of General Services and all of the programs under our division. So with that, I want to thank you guys. Remember to stay hydrated out here. It is going to be hot for the next couple of days. Heat dome is building in, temperatures hovering around 100 degrees. If you're outside, take care. Employees, if you have to be outside, try to work around the cooler parts of the day. But again, thank you very much, and we'll all see you next update. Have a great day.
Hello, everybody. This is Kim Russell reporting to you from Farmington, New Mexico. I'm at the San Juan College this morning and today and tomorrow attending the Dene Action Plan meeting. This is my first meeting, so I'm really excited to hear about all the work that's being done through the Dene Action Plan and to see how the Navajo Department of Health fits into the plan. But my name is Kim Russell, and I'm the director for the Navajo Department of Health. I'm of the Bitterwater people, born for the Tangle people. My maternal grandfathers are the Coyote Pass people, and my paternal grandfathers are of the Bitterwater people. I'm originally from Chinle, Arizona, and my father's family is from Tuba City. Again, it's always a pleasure to come to you through Facebook Live to provide you some updates from the Navajo Department of Health and to share with you all the exciting things that we are doing and to also maybe give you a preview of things to come. Excuse me. As you may or may not know, we have the Department of Health is a really big department. We aren't a division, we are a department, and we consist of 3 divisions. One division is the Division of Aging Long-Term Care Support. Another division is the Division of Behavioral and Mental Health Services, and then another division is the Public Health Services Division. We also have 2 kind of programs that also offer services, our Novel Epidemiology Center and our research program. So, and within all of those divisions, there are multiple programs with multiple staff carrying out different strategies to impact the safety and well-being of our people. So really proud to serve in this capacity as Department Director for the Navajo Department of Health. So I wanted to share with you some efforts that we've been engaged in for a while now, and I'm excited to share this with you because this is something that I'm excited to move forward on. We signed an MOU with the Johns Hopkins Center for American Indian Health. Some of you might have seen them in our community because they provide multiple programs, outreach services to our community members. And we signed this with President Nygren for a 5-year agreement and understanding so that they can continue to work within the community and also with the Department of Health. A very exciting time to bring together those partners, and they came in all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, and was happy to see the leadership there, but also excited to see that a lot of the staff that were part of the center were our Navajo people. So really appreciate Johns Hopkins University being in our communities and providing these services for another 5 years. They have a long-standing relationship with the nation. The reason why I'm excited to share this information with you and tell you about the partnership is because we're going to embark upon identifying some strategies that might be able to impact maternal and child health. In our department, we don't necessarily have an office or a bureau or any type of organized structure within our office that really targets maternal and child health strategies and initiatives. I think a lot of us understand we just have really high disparities when it comes to maternal and child health, and we need to figure how do we address this in a more cohesive, strategic approach. So in talking with Johns Hopkins during the signing for the MOU, I shared with them the goal of creating this, I don't know if it's an office or a bureau or maybe it's a plan to impact maternal and child health. So they're going to come together, we're going to come together with them to figure out what does this look like? What are these strategies that we want to put together, spearheaded by Navajo Department of Health? So, right off the bat, just kind of thinking out loud, there's a lot of things we could do in this space. For one, we know that vaccines have declined across the board when it comes to our children, a large part due to COVID. When COVID hit, our ability to access healthcare services declined as well, including our children. So our data shows that our vaccine rates have gone down, and that's not a good thing because we know vaccines work in preventing illnesses and disease in our children. So that might be a strategy. In terms of women's health, we know that sexually transmitted diseases and infections are on the rise as well. I want to also especially give emphasis to the syphilis uptick in cases on our nation. This is also being seen across other tribal nations in the U.S. So maybe that's something we look at as well. How do we decrease syphilis within our communities, and especially when it comes to congenital syphilis. Congenital meaning born with. So should a mother have syphilis and they give birth to the child, there's a chance that then that's transmitted to the child, and those outcomes aren't great. So those are just kind of two strategies. I think when we come together to talk about what are we going to do in this area of maternal and child health, those might be two strategies. And so we're going to invite other stakeholders in our communities to help us figure out what are those strategies. So I'm really excited to see what that looks like and trying to put, a plan together and hopefully have some resources that can then carry out those strategies that we identify. And I just talked about two, right? So I'm excited to see when we have our partners come together to talk about this, what other strategies might we identify and then move forward. So real excited about moving the needle and moving our communities in a good direction when it comes to maternal and child health. Real excited about that. I wanted to also share with you a few of our other events that we've held this past month. I think the last time I came to you was in early May, but I attended a meeting with the Arizona Healthcare Cost Containment System, I believe last week, along with Director Thomas Cody, who oversees the Social Services Division. And we talked about the policies that they are trying to implement in terms of the declining, curbing the Medicaid fraud that's happening with state government. And the effort, and what we talked about was the American Indian Health Program. They have a policy, a proposed policy that would require American Indians to prove that they are American Indian in order to be enrolled in the American Indian Health Program. We have some concern about that, but something that we're explaining to Access as to whether or not that's a good idea. And then lastly, just wanted to share with you some work that we're doing with Wings of America. You may be aware of this organization that's been in our communities, but it really works with young people who are into running. And so our Behavioral Health, Division of Behavioral Mental Health Services and our Good Health and Wellness in Indian Country program are sponsoring these running sessions throughout the nation. And they're going to be part of this to just provide prevention messages to the youth who are going to be part of these camps. Running is just a great thing to do. It helps with the physical health and also behavioral health. So I wanted to just, in a few minutes that I have, provided you with the update and really happy to be here to report to you. I will see you all around and hope to talk with you really soon. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yat'e Navajo Nation, Yat'e everybody across the world that's listening in. Good afternoon. It's so wonderful to be here. My name is Rochelle Montoya. I am your Navajo Nation Vice President, and I'm so happy to be able to get connected with everyone. I know I haven't been on here for a while on President Nygren's Facebook Live. So it's really good to be here. As you can probably see in the background over here, I am traveling right now. I just came from Twin Arrows, where we did a discussion on small business opportunities through the Department of Economic Development. A lot of individuals were there from the Department of Economic Development, and then we also had Change Labs on site, and then we also had Dene Chamber of Commerce, who is a really good organization that is going to be providing technical assistance to our small businesses across Navajo Nation. If you want more information on that, you can go to the Economic Development website, and they should be having some information on there for you. If not, shoot me an email. Yes, my email is working. This morning, I woke up to no emails because my email was disabled with the Navajo Nation. But sometimes things happen, and also I'm getting my emails again. Right now, I'm on my way down to the valley to do a super wonderful event that has to do with water conservation. That is as much information as I can give anybody at this time, but you should see something in the near future as far as the finished product. I'll be headed back up to Navajo Nation, and I'll be back on the nation and just look, watching the news about what's going on right now. Ayo destuigo and hitana snitano yen hitahne. Le California to Texas. Ayo destuido lestan hitno yen hitahne. We're in a heat wave right now from the state of California to the state of Texas. Arizona and New Mexico are right in the middle of that. So please, please, please stay hydrated, everyone, however you can. You don't have to only drink water. You can eat watermelon, cucumbers, anything that has a lot of water in it so that you can stay hydrated, and remind your parents, your grandparents, especially your parents, because your parents are always out there working hard and doing the best they can for you, that sometimes they forget about themselves. So remind them to hydrate and to keep themselves healthy for you and for everybody around them. Another issue that I want to touch base on that I've been working on is mental health. Um, most importantly, for our public service section of our world, mental health is so important, especially to our police officers, to our EMS personnel, to our firefighters, because when anything goes wrong in our lives, those are the three entities that help us right away as citizens. They come and provide protection. They come and provide medical assistance. They come and put out fires. They come and make sure that the road is clear for you to be taken to the hospital. Whatever way it is that these entities help, we should all be praying for them, that their mental health is of their utmost importance. Yego eya bonside case do they to kitsuzen bada di do they ki kwats law dan zenigito is they any kana jahigito then sesiki on scene, and they see probably horrific, and our Creator takes care of them mentally, emotionally, and physically. Although, if you're listening to our police officers, our EMS staff, and our firefighters, please take care of yourselves. Get your prayers done for yourself. Partake in your traditional mountain smoke, or if you are not with our traditional health. My dad always used to put anointing oil on us and tell us to pray with it and go. I just want to remind everybody that more aggressive and where they're secure, that because our kids are playing basketball, practicing their golf, stretching, exercising, whatever it is they do, and walking to the library, walking to the school for the summer school. We just want our pets and our students, our children, to be safe as they go across Navajo Nation this summer. So please secure your animals if they're a little bit more aggressive than the average. And sometimes we want to be safe. We'll help one another and be safe this summer. And again, summer school lunch program is happening across Navajo Nation. A lot of it is at our school here in Window, or there in Window. We have a lady that sits at one of the intersections near our office who provides summer lunch food program. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of those individuals that have those jobs this summer. Thank you for coming out and providing lunches for our students that can have something good and nutritious to eat this summer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then our kiddos and our parents, please catch up or continue to read this summer. Read as much as you can. Read at the next higher level than what you are used to. Challenge yourself. Read the newspapers, as far as the New York Times, the Washington Post. Some of the best writers write for those newspapers, and just increase your vocabulary the best that you can. Otto, in the evening time, you can sit down with grandma and grandpa and sit with them and just listen to them and try your best to speak the to do this ask in English. And your for that. Everybody, all and are doing our and I just to say send it to their relatives, their item. We all still love one another. We all need another. Yet, it's not each next step our speaking space of our take care of us we can and to take care of another here. Thank you so much everyone again and have okay President and now we have our next division director. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Madam VP. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lisa Jim. I'm the Executive Director for the Fiscal Recovery Fund Office. Good afternoon. The Fiscal Recovery Fund Office received $2.1 billion from the federal government for the American Rescue Plan Act, which we call ARPA. When those funds came here to the Navajo Nation and council reviewed them and the president approved it, it became the Fiscal Recovery Funds. So now the Fiscal Recovery Fund Office was established from that fund. So what we do is we handle ARPA projects, ARPA FRF projects. We handle Section 3 at the chapter level, and we handle central administrative support costs. We handle the funded care, which also became part of that. So one of our tasks is the regional chapter project, which is Section 3 under CJN 2922. With that, we do have some money that has been earmarked. So right now, our overall expenditure rate, which includes the encumbrances, this is our report from June 3rd, distribution and expenditure of overall ARPA FRF funding. This is on our website. You can find it on our website under reports. Then you can click on business unit. The most recent one, which is June 3rd, should be there. And then our overall expenditure rate, which includes encumbrances, is at 64%. The total amount of ARPA FRF to the Navajo Nation again was $2,079,461,463.61. Total expended plus the total encumbered is $1,325,278,689.17, where we get the 63.7%, which we rounded off to 64%. The total to be expended still is $754,182,774.44. The actual expenditure where the encumbrances are not included is at 41%. The actual expenses expended, which is actually spent, gone, is $842,619,732.21, which is at 40%. The total that we still have remaining to be expended is $1,236,841,731.40. Now the timeline that we have was from March 2021 to December 2026. That was 9 months. From March 2021 to June 2024, 39 months have passed. So the amount of time passed is 56.5%, which is or over halfway through the funding amount. Again, the funding amount is all the way to December 31st, 2026. So we're halfway through the expenditure rates. Now, I would like to thank all our programs that we work with. We currently work with DCD because we had to work with them regarding all the chapter projects, all the 110 chapters. We work with DOJ to get the initial eligibility determinations. And then we work with OOC to get a lot of this paperwork processed. And then we work with OMB, who helps us, DOJ's Department of Justice, DCD's Division of Community Development, and then OOC's the Office of the Controller, OMB's Office of Management and Budget. OMB helps us with the business units when council passes one of these ARPA legislations that goes to OMB. We compile it, give it to OMB, and OMB will then set up a new business unit for these projects or do a change if there's additional corrections or amendments done to it. So we have to work with OMB a lot. So I'd like to thank those programs for helping us with so far with all these projects. So far we have 427 business units, which you could say is 427 projects. So that's what we have now under the regional chapters, the delegate regional plans. Now, we still have some resolutions that are pending. We're still working on those ones. And we still have, we're still accepting projects as we speak. And then now what we're focusing our efforts to now is legislation 111-24, which is the revenue replacement reserve, dividing the funds from general funds, revenue replacement into ARPA or ARPA FRF, depending on what project it is, where the project is at this time. And the calculations that were in that legislation were as of March 31st. So we're trying to do patchwork for April and May to get those numbers current. So that's what we're working on now. Again, I'd like to thank all of our FRF staff. We do have staff. We do have some openings that are posted on our website. And I would just like to thank all the recent graduates that we had. And then now it's June, so it is hot. We're in a heat wave. So please be, cognizant, drink water, take care of yourself, be aware. And then I would just like to say Happy Father's Day. We are in June, and just Happy Pride Month. Thank you, and thank you for the Navajo Nation.
Hi, everyone. She Ethel Branch Yansha, Bean Patwitney Nishle, Nakai Bush's Jean, Sidney Jenny Dusha Che, Ado Nakai Dashanella. She Denebe Washington, Big Adit Aitso. It's an honor to be here with all of you in this role as the nation's Attorney General, and happy to be part of the weekly updates. And want to share a little bit of exciting news with all of you. Staffing is very, very important to be able to get the work done that needs to get done in a timely manner. And so our Office of the Prosecutor is very happy to report that they are now at 90% staffing level. That's going to help in a lot of different ways, whether that's making sure that we're adequately staffed to move prosecutions forward, or providing the victim advocacy support that's needed to help give victims the support they need to move a case forward, to testify if necessary, and to work with law enforcement and our prosecutors and making sure that folks that are committing crimes are served justice and are not continuing to commit those crimes with no accountability. So very happy to report that. And many of you may have seen a post I made in early May about the appointment and selection of a new deputy chief prosecutor, Denise Billy. We're very happy to have Denise with us. She comes to us with a federal law enforcement background, working in a U.S. Attorney's office, She has her bachelor's degree as well as a master's in criminal justice with a focus on Indigenous peoples law. So very happy to have her with us. She has successfully helped organize some MMIP task forces. So we're very happy with the background she's bringing in that respect, as well as her ability to provide victim services. And so thank you, Denise, for joining the team. We're very happy to have you be part of that. And we will be having a welcoming event for Miss Billy sometime in the near term. So stay posted. We'll be making that announcement on my Facebook page. We try to keep our doors open and get the public in and to meet our prosecutors and learn more about the resources that are available to you through our various offices. And then moving on, I'm actually here in Farmington right now, meeting with the Dene Action Plan team, trying to get a better sense for the work that team is doing. And Dene Action Plan is really about developing a coordinated, cohesive Navajo Nation response to modern day monsters of suicide, substance abuse, and violence, and of course also the MMIP issue. So the task forces, the work groups are here today, brainstorming, further building out their effort. So look for more of that. They will be launching a public education campaign in the near term to raise awareness of what Dene Action Plan is and the work that the task forces are doing. It's very exciting. You know, we have resource challenges at the nation, of course, especially staffing wise and funding wise, but then we also have a lot of really great strengths. And so excited to be focusing on those strengths and continuing to further build those out and addressing the weaknesses so that we can have better cohesive delivery of services to the Navajo people. So happy to be here as part of that and learning what the different approaches that are being taken. We have a large complex government, and so sometimes moving things forward can be challenging. But of course, it's so vital, especially the basic role of a government should be to ensure public safety. And of course, one of our biggest challenges to public safety is alcohol in our community. So trying to find a solution to that is vital to having a safer, more stable community. So I'm actually going to sit in on the substance abuse work group today. Normally, I would sit in on something like the response to violence in our community, just because of the work that the prosecutor's office does. But in previous meetings, public safety summits we held when I was Attorney General previously, it became very apparent that most of the violent crime in our community can be traced back to substance abuse, in particular alcohol abuse. A lot of our challenges just in general across the nation can be traced back to that. So I want to learn more about what that work group is doing and how I can, in my role, enhance the work of that work group so that we can have some kind of a stronger strategy in responding to that challenge in our community, and hopefully by honing in on that, make a bigger difference in providing the public safety response that the Navajo Nation government really should be providing to our people. So always looking for ways that we can improve as a government, especially and to be more intentional and focused in our placement of limited resources, since we do have limited resources, whether that's people or time or equipment, funding, things of that nature. So, but I see that we are approaching the 1 hour. And I know everyone is busy, and I do need to get to this work group meeting that just started a few minutes ago. So thank you everyone for tuning in, for your high level of interest in the work that your government is doing for you. And thank you for your engagement and asking questions and participating in government. So yeah, everyone, and have a great rest of your week. Be safe out there, everyone.